mergers, acquisitions, venture capital, hedge funds, dealbook, nytimes.com. Home Business Day. Video. The Don Draper of the Twitter IPO. How should investors value Twitter? Wall Street thinks about the unthinkable. Poison pen, meet poison pill. The New York Times. Dealbook. Go. Mergers and acquisitions. Investment banking. Private equity. Hedge funds. I.P.O./offerings. Venture capital legal/regulatory. I.P.O./offerings October 4, 12:37 p.m. New Fashion Runway, Wall Street by Peter Latman. Michael Kors had extraordinary success with an initial public offering of his brand nearly 2 years ago, leading other designers to consider the same. I.P.O./offerings October 4, 6:48 p.m. Julie Larson Mayor/Wildlife Conservation Society. Via Associated Press, the Bronx Zoo's once missing Egyptian cobra had a fake Twitter account. How Twitter's IPO filing evolved to contain new details by Peter nytimes. The document that came out on Thursday, called an S-1, was the first public filing to disclose important financial data about the company. But Twitter had already filed for earlier versions of this document with the Securities and Exchange Commission that had omitted some details. Another view October 4, 4:08 p.m. by Vincent Reinhardt. Dancing on the edge of default. The United States government is not going to default, however. The Treasury Secretary and the Chairman of the Federal Reserve can act, even if Congress doesn't. Breaking Views October 4, 3:00 p.m. by Robert Caron. Twitter's R.&D. Spending hits the right spot. Twitter's strategy of hiring engineers at a fast clip to build new features and services is the best way to ensure growth, the author contends. I.P.O./offerings October 4, 2:16 p.m. by Michael J. D. Merced. Twitter's IPO and the league table fight. Twitter's offering will most likely provide a boost to its hired advisors in the league tables, rankings that banks profess to ignore but track obsessively nonetheless. And it would prove a big feather in the cap of either the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq stock market. Mergers and acquisitions October 4, 12:18 p.m. by Michael J. D. Merced. Chip East/Reuters. Carl Icahn has moved on to other targets. Icahn gives up fight over Dell appraisal rights. The billionaire investor disclosed on Friday, on Twitter, as if his bent these days, that he is foregoing his right to have the Delaware Court of Chancery appraise the value of his shares in the computer company. I.P.O./offerings October 4, 10:46 a.m. by Michael J. D. Merced. Taylor Bill/Associated Press. A Potbelly sandwich shop in New York. Potbelly doubles in markup debut amid strong investor appetite. Shares in the sandwich and salad chain opened at $28.66 each. That values the company, which has grown from a Chicago phenomenon to a national presence, at $802.5 million. I.P.O./offerings October 4, 10:03 a.m. by William Holden. Sovereign stake/DPA, via Associated Press. As Twitter opens up, employees do, too. As prospective investors poured over Twitter's financial information, Twitter employees shared photographs and updates. Mergers and acquisitions October 4, 9:38 a.m. by dealbook. Bobby Yip/Reuters. Activist investors, including the hedge fund manager Daniel S. Loeb, have accumulated stakes in Sotheby's. Sotheby's adopts shareholder rights plan to fend off Loeb. The activist investor Daniel S. Loeb, whose hedge fund holds a 9.3% stake in the auction house, threatens the proxy battle. Morning Agenda October 4, 7:51 a.m. by William Holden. Twitter opens up. Twitter made public its prospectus for an initial public offering, providing a glimpse at the high-flying company's financial health. Vertical line. Big banks are guarding against possible mayhem from a debt ceiling crisis. Vertical line. The White House has begun to vet Timothy G. Massad as a possible leader of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. I.P.O./offerings October 4, 7:19 a.m. by Julia W. Barclays has strong demand for rights issues. The British bank raised $9 billion by selling 94.6% of the rights issued, or 3 billion shares.